You can, media, just push back a wee bit your circle so that we're not looking too sideways.
No.
Thank you, team. Way back. So that side of the microphones, that's helpful, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, you've all seen the team, which has the embargo lifting as we speak, so we'll fire away. Do you want to kick us off, mate?
Scott, was it a tough team to pick? What did you wrestle with as you settled on your group this week? And obviously injuries, the reaction to the injuries were paramount.
Yeah, you'll see there's a balance of combinations. Guys that played well last week and a little bit of continuity, but also some skill sets for this weekend. Obviously, Roy Carter gets a go on the wing, and we keep D-Mac at fullback, so Will can play on the other wing, which gives us really good backfield coverage. And we know that it's going to come again, the aerial battle, and it's a great balance. And the other tough one's probably the loose forwards. There's some really good performances there, but we've got a couple of guys that we could have easily picked for this Test match. For a double header. So
tell us about Leroy. What sort of compelled you to look at him this week when I guess you did have some other options?
He's trained incredibly well. He complements that back three. He's great at the kick chase, extremely quick, and his work rate is good as they come. So we're excited by it. Yeah, he'll give us a really good balance.
Does he bring anything different to the wingers that we have around him?
Look, he's about that big, and he's fast, and he's got some great hops. And he competes. We just think it's a great opportunity for him this weekend. He's been superb for us at training and had a great year, and now's his time.
And he's obviously come through the 7 system. How good is it to see that pathway, shifting over to 15s as well?
Yeah, it's not uncommon. You look at the French with Villiers and Cheslin, Arendes, and a lot of the 7s players are coming through even for Australia, so it's definitely an avenue. They come back, and as you know, there's not a massive amount of kicking in 7s. There's a lot of passing and running and great defence. So look, he's filled that skill set that's required over this super season.
Scott, there was so much talk of records and history in Auckland.
Yeah.
Having won that game, does it feel like there's a little bit of a cloak that's been lifted and that you can play with a little bit more freedom with that one out of the way?
They've been, South Africans beaten us twice. The last time, 2 times we've played here, so that's another record you've got to be mindful of. In our preparation, and our focus has been on getting back to the capital and keeping our form. We've got to improve. We know that with these double heavers, you've got to improve week to week. We've learnt that just recently. So our focus has been on a performance that we're proud of here.
I know you focusing on yourselves. Were you surprised at the number of changes that the Springboks have made in their back division?
Surprised by Rusty. I think that's the first thing. You don't get surprised by him yet. You wait what comes out, and you know he's picked that team to win it. They've picked those teams for those players for their strengths. So we're aware of their strengths. And then you go back to your own, and what's going to be required for us to win this Test match. But there's a little bit of method behind it all.
What pleased you most technically about your performance last weekend?
Technically, probably the physicality. After the mindset that we had, both teams went toe to toe, didn't they? There was the physicality side of it, but just to execute the opportunities that we did have and be disciplined enough at the end of the game to create opportunities to close it out.
Can you explain the decision to drop Rico from the 23?
We've given another player an opportunity. My job's to build depth in the team, and it's Leroy's chance.
And with Noah fit, what was the reason for him coming in? Because Finley had a good game last weekend.
Yeah, Noah's a great athlete, and he's come back in good condition. Would be the best thing for him just to start this test and with Finn to finish.
Was Leroy on the radar at all 12 months ago?
12 months?
Yeah, Or just like last year before he decided to commit to Super Rugby, was he a player that the All Blacks at all were considering?
We knew he was there. We knew from his NBC form, and he could play a few positions, and because he could, he can cover midfield and wing and halfback. And we thought as soon as he committed to, he signed for Super and he wanted to get through the World Cup, the Olympics, and make that decision, we thought, here we go, we're going to have a look. He's got a point of difference.
And given his experience on those big events, does he provide a point of difference to some of the other newcomers? Does he feel like someone who is further ahead than them, just in terms of dealing with the pressure of playing on the world stage in any way?
Can you answer that question again? Sorry, that was it. Yeah.
He's a newcomer, maybe his test debut, but does he bring a point of difference to other newcomers because he's got that experience of playing on the world stage?
Oh yeah, look, he's been real. He's mature. He's 26, 27. So he's had some hard knocks. He's, like I said, he's played some big games, some big events with the Sevens, and then he comes into this with, you'll get to have a chat to him and ask him himself, but he goes by his work, and training well is part of our selection policy, and he's done that. So, like all the players that we've picked, we believe he'll step up.
Have there been any lessons this week between how you approached the second test, given what happened between Cordoba and Buenos Aires, just how you approached that game? Have you taken any lessons out of that two-match swing? Yeah,
definitely. It's pretty unique, playing teams two back-to-back. It doesn't really happen that often, especially at Test rugby, and look, we're pretty clear on remembering what we learnt and the conversations between coaches, leaders and all management, what's required to not just back performance up, but to be actually better.
On Saturday night you said Jason Roll had some drills for the scrums. How have the few days of training transpired around the scrum area?
Oh, there's a technical element, and there's also a little bit of a mindset element that we've looked into. And then obviously you look at to the ref as well, the interpretation of it. So we've done our homework on it and had a good week pushing.
So you've talked a wee bit about the inevitability of South Africa peppering you with high ball.
Yeah.
Changes they've made, though, you'd have to be thinking that they've got a lot more variety potential if they want to use that.
Yeah, the skill set's changed. Obviously, Kelly going probably a bit more balance to the game, which they can keep the ball in hand and trust the speed and their athletes that they've picked. So, you prepare for both, and look, forecast looks pretty good, but we'll just check it day to day here in Wellington.
How close did you consider Caleb and Lester around? I guess two guys that haven't played a lot of football recently. How close are they to being on the cusp of selection?
Caleb's just come back into environment for a long time out. Look, he's had a couple of great games and did everything he needs to. Turned up on late on Monday, and we just felt the best thing for him is just get his feet underneath him and have a good training week. And obviously Leicester's played a lot of midfield over in Toulon, and we just felt the balance for this week is someone that's been in with the group for a long period of time, and they're close calls, those.
What do you want to see from Rico? I mean, obviously he's a guy that's been a regular starter for the All Blacks for a while. He's now missed out on the 23. What's his, from a coach's point of view, what's his next move that you want to see?
Yeah, look, Rico, there'll be a lot of one-on-one technical stuff that every player has to grow in their game, and we've obviously gave him a crack at wing. His work ethic, his work off the ball has been incredible, and there'll be a few touches that we need to improve, which he's well aware of.
Scott, you touched on Leroy and obviously how quick and explosive he is. We know what Will Jordan and Dean can offer. Can you just talk about, I guess, the excitement and the dynamic of the back three this week?
It was, with DMAC coming on early on into the test match, gave us a really good balance, gave us ability to have two or three pivots on the pitch, and it also allowed us, Will Jordan to play a little bit differently. So, and obviously with Ruben coming off the bench, gives us a really good balance. We still think it'll be an aerial game, but we've still got a lot of speed and finishes, which which South Africa have as well. So it's a good balance for us.
Thank you,
Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Mika.